These things are fucking crazy, mate. Hey, Shaz. Hey, Kirsty. Hey, Shelly. I got Tika on in the background. Ooh, I'm gonna have a chat if I can get the camera sorted. Hang on. Hi, Shrimp. You alright, mate? Uh-oh, my phone's popping out. Hi, Cedric. I got a parcel from Cedric today, and I'm going to share that with you guys in a minute. Hang on. Let me see if I can get this settled. I need to find out where I'm going to sit first. Hi, Sky. Come here. Say hello. Hi, PJ. Mwah, mwah. Love you. No, right, you can't see me yet, can you? Bruh. I hate trying to arrange this thing. You can see the cats in the background. That's the most important thing. For fuck's sake. I can't stand these things. Hang on. Let me get it on. Oh, it's come off my desk now. Ugh. Okay. There we go, guys. That should do it. Let me sort it out a bit. Hiya, guys. How are you? Nice to see everybody. I'm going to bring up the chat on the computer behind me, so behind you, so I can see what you're saying. Let me mute it. Can you hear me all right, guys? Good. Glad you're okay. You've got a scan tomorrow. Right, hang on. Okay. Hi, Dorothy. Nice to see you, darling. Oh, good. I'm glad you can hear me good. I thought I'd put the earphones on so as it sounds better this time. If I'm going to do mostly talking, I want you to be able to hear me fully. So I'm going to start off with, I got a parcel. I took the labels off so you can't see our addresses. Cedric the darling, as you can see in the chat, sent me a parcel because I won his competition. Let me use scissors to open it. Hi, Pocahontas. Hi, Shelly. Didn't say hi, Shelly. Hi, PJ. Oh, I'm on top chat as well, so I might be missing stuff. Got Tika on the other screen. I love you, Tika. So, I'll do a Pocahontas and push it all down carefully. Hi, Diana. I'm a bit better today. I've been really rough the last couple of days, to be honest. That's why I haven't been live, as you know, because you asked. Thank you, darling, for caring. I've been flaring up a bit since the last live stream. Not feeling great at all. I've got something in my coffee. I did my nails for your old, but I kept knocking these ones. How are you, Diana? It's lovely to see you. PJ's been busy. Work. I'm proud of you, PJ. Keep it going. Oh, thank you for your participation. Mama Cass and the Deadly Teacup. Punch and lock. Peace and blessings. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. Hi, Steph. You're right, bud. You're okay, Diane. Good. That's what I like to hear. How are you, Steph, my dear? my dear friend. Let me get into this packaging. What, baby? There's loads of mess behind me. I really shouldn't let you see all my mess, even though I have been cleaning all day. This is for Tika as well, Tika one as well. I can't remember now which ones were which. You'll have to tell me, Cedric. Oh, oh. I do like parcels. Exciting. Obviously, they're very carefully packaged because they come all the way from America, which is so cool. I can't believe you have to spend that much, bless you. When I done a competition for 600 subscribers, like years ago now, I had to send mine to, had to send soap, a whole box of soap to America. It cost me a fortune. It really did. I was like, but I did it. I need to do a competition. That's what I plan to do now that I'm monetized. I'll do a competition to get give people some nice homemade gifts from Mama Tess. I wanted to do like a big one where I give out loads of different stuff, like all the different stuff that I make. It is postage as well expensive, especially at the moment. I suppose it's probably even worse, isn't it? Oh, look, it says on it Mama Cass, and then the Deadly Tika. These are the Tika's ones, and I'm going to send them to him. Well, he'll come round at some point because he's got to put some screens on for my daughter. So when he comes to do that, he'll collect them. I'm not going to spoil that for him because he can do his own video on his ones. Oh, look, did you see that dust? Ghost orb floating about there. Hey, James, how are you, babe? Good. People are still in Tikas. I don't like it if people use Tika for me. Okay. So, Mama Cat. Oh, I like these. Oh, that's so cute. Take the little tape bit. We concentrate now. Yeah, I was going to start having a chat with it. Please come out to me. Really? Steph, that's crazy, isn't it? Hey, Jem. Hey, Dylan. Nice to see you guys. I've got to get this off. It's really hard because I've got nails on. Can't do much with nails on. Yeah, you have been on fire, Dylan. Loving it. I'm going to download Discord so I can go and chat to it as well. I don't want him thinking I'm scared to open up. I'm not, not scared, just can't be bothered most of the time. I don't see the point in it all, but I've always tried to keep a lot of the drama off my channel. But tonight I'm going to sit and talk about it because I think it needs addressing. So make sure you share, let everyone know that I'm here. No, we shouldn't be scared. No one should be scared of anyone online. No bullshit. You know, you've got our support, Jem and Dylan, fully. We are 100% behind you people. It's nice to see that there are people out there with moral values, you know what I mean? like just the basics. I don't expect great people, not on the internet anyway. But you know, anyway, I got this one. It's got a bit of sticky tape over it. Yeah, so I'm gonna show you that I'll cut this bit and then push it back in. I've got a horsey. These are original Pokemons as well. Hiya, Flicker. Thanks for joining me, darling. Yes. So I got a horsey. I'll put it back in its special box. Yeah. Yeah, it's been good to see actually that people are all coming together and not standing for it anymore. Nice. It's nice to know that people will stand for what they believe in, even if they are maybe a little intimidated at times. You know what I mean? Because some people are, you know, they are. It was an awesome card. I love that horsey. And then I've got the Cedra to go with it. The Cedra. Yeah, exactly. These are in perfect mint condition. They've been well loved. Hiya, Terry. PJ's going to shave her cat. Hiya, Just Me. Nice to see you, lovely. And then I've got the trainer, Mr. Fuji. So that's really cool. I'm so pleased I got them. They're really cool. Right, pretty stonking original Pokemon cards in that kind of condition's crazy. I literally had thousands of these things around my house that I used to stand on them and everything and throw them in the bin. And if I hadn't done that, maybe I'd be rich by now. Dorothy, hello, darling. I don't know if I said hello or not. I took delivery of some indirect vented goggles today because eyes need protecting too, and I'm so freaked out. They're tightly sealed around my eyes, but I look such a twat in them. Okay. Hi, Molly. I always had you down as a redhead. Yeah, I could see Dorothy being a redhead. I can see that. I'll be honest, it's probably better for the younger people or the people that might be easily offended or triggered to be over in Tika's stream at the moment and not in this one. I don't want to upset anyone, but I'm going to talk some stuff. So it might be safer not to be in here if you're young or easily upset. Hello, Llama. Oh, I'm glad that you're not feeling too bad, Terry, even if you are in the dumps. I can fully understand that. You know, we are all here with you, loving you. Got an ad at the start, Pocahontas. I am monetized at last. Yes, at last. It's only been like, what, how many years of work? Yes, I am. Molly, I would suggest you probably don't want to be here for this conversation that I'm about to have. It's not going to be fun, and if you're not a part of that community, then you won't understand anyway. To be honest, and I don't want to get anyone involved in anything that they don't need to be involved in. Are you, Llama? Send some love to Tika. Tika love. Yeah, is that a bad thing? It depends. It just depends, doesn't it? Yeah, we're here for all of you. I did start off making some notes of what I wanted to sort of travel through today. Yeah, we're having a gossip. It's going to be a little bit deep, I think, because I've never really gone deep on the whole subject. I've had a few conversations on here that have touched the subject, and I've made a couple of videos responding to other people touching, like having a go at me. But so far, I've not really ever said what happened from my viewpoint. So I think it's time that I sit and tell my side, because I'm tired of the shit I've seen. Like, certain people have had a negative opinion of me based purely on things that Nikki New has said about me. And I think that you should all know the truth of what really went down. I've got nothing to hide, you know what I mean? Hello to PJ and Tanya. It's lovely to see you, ladies, of course. Love you, Molly. I'll speak to you soon. It's probably nicer for you in tea because I see she's already there. I'll say love you to her there. Oops. Yeah. You want to see Steph's puddings? I wouldn't mind seeing Steph's puddings either. I know you guys have learned the truth yourself through your own experiences with Nikki and the rest of them. Hiya, Nelly. Yeah, the last stream was really bad, and I'm glad to see you back, Nelly. Thank you. The last stream was really bad, and yes, I know they came in as trolls. There's no way I can prove who it was behind those troll accounts, but I don't have enemies. I don't have enemies apart from New and Envy and that. So, it's hard to imagine that it could possibly come from anywhere else, isn't it, really? So I think it's time I address it. I've seen quite a few comments of late that's been like suggested that people really don't know what happened. And of course they don't, because actually I never ever spoke on the subject. I always shut up and just left it, and I even left the whole community. But I came into the paranormal community back in, it's actually 2014, late 2014. I was in hospital for the first time with my lungs, and I'd already joined Truth Seekers on Google Plus because I was always into the paranormal, always had been. But I was on there, and I was in hospital. I was bored terribly. I hate being in hospital. So I found via Google Plus, I found Riley, and so on and so forth. I ended up connecting with, subscribing to every paranormal channel, every single one of them. Every one that was made, I would subscribe to. I would share out there every video they made. I would be there every time, liking, commenting. I was really big into the paranormal. I loved everyone in it. And I always got on really well with everyone. Literally always got on well. So basically, as the years went by, I actually made my YouTube channel so as I could comment on the paranormal groups. That's what happened, was that I made my channel so as I could leave a comment. I think my first comment was actually on proving demons. I know he's not such a popular boy in paranormal now, but obviously back in the day, I loved him. I loved Mark Smith. I was one of Nikki 88 vlogs now. I was one of her first subscribers. I was one of Lexi's first subscribers. All of the smaller channels, I was there in the first onset of subs, you know what I mean? And I supported massively, massively. I've never argued with anyone. Like, I've known Elizabeth, Jim. I think I've known Shaz as well this long. Hi, Sophie. Nice to see you, darling. Hi, Llama as well, babe. Love you. um, yeah, I had these people that were like I'd known all along. Like there was Chris Williams, um, paranormal Mel, um, Luna, who's now on Suits all the time. Like I knew all of these people from the early days. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely loved my interactions, and I was always part of everything and got on with everyone. I always have got on with everyone online. I've never had fallings out with anyone really. Um, so yeah, I mean, I've got like loads of friends that I've been friends with for donkey's years. You've been in A&E, Sophie. Oh my God, what have you done? Um, so sorry, I'm just watching chat as well. I've already got a dislike. So yeah, so I sort of came into the paranormal that way, and then uh, it came round to like I've been in and out of hospital every year since. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes twice a year since. So it's sort of been up and down all the time. But my main purpose for coming to the paranormal was because I knew that my lungs were fucked up, and I was like scared of dying, and I wanted to speak to people in the paranormal, maybe meet someone, talk to someone enough that I could connect with them after life as well. You know, like connect with them before dying and then be able to come back and connect with them after life. I know that's a bit morbid, but that's what that's where you get at when you think you're dying, and it is. You know, I don't know how long I'm going to live for, and that's where your head goes, as you say, Terry. You understand it. You can't help it. It's not being depressive or anything. It is just what it is. You're going to think about it, especially as a mother. And I just wanted to know that I could contact my kids. Sounds pathetic, doesn't it, really? Like, because obviously the paranormal field in YouTube hasn't exactly fulfilled that, what I was looking for. That was what I came for anyway. And I think I've become friends with a hell of a lot of groups and a hell of a lot of people. I'm grateful for a lot of the people that I've met along the way. Great deal of love for many of you. Um, then I was in hospital again. This was in 2019, and I had donated to Mark Smith at the same time as Simon donated to Mark Smith. It was like the same live stream. I felt bad for him. I've been homeless, so I sent Mark Smith a donation. Did you see that? Another orb I'm getting. They've been sent. Look, they're flying around. There's a moth in here, I think. So I joined Simon's channel, and of course through Simon's channel, I found Eileen, and I got in there, and it was I wanted to sort of make a stand of obviously this was being conned, the money was being conned. It felt like to the likes of me and Simon at that point that Mark Smith had been playing a game with his subscribers and gaining money from it, you know. And people like me and Simon who felt pity for him went ahead and donated, and that's the sort of people that Simon and I both are. That's right, PJ. We barely got to speak to each other at all, did we? Like, so I'm quite glad, really, because I never made an enemy of you either. Thank you, Nelly. Yeah, it was scary times for me, you know. And I turned to the paranormal, and to be honest, I have met a lot of good people from it. A lot of good people I've come across and love dearly. I wouldn't change it for the world, you know. Um, and I'm certainly not saying any of this to go on for pity or anything. I don't need pity. I've dealt with my shit. I know that I've got to deal with what my situation is, and I think I deal with it quite well, actually, to be honest. Like, I really do believe I deal with it quite well. I'm a very positive person, always having a laugh in spite of that, you know. Anyway, so I was on Simon's, and that led me to Eileen's. And of course, in Eileen, I thought I'd found this kindred spirit, you know, another disabled woman. At the time, I was just as bedbound as Eileen. I was constantly laying down, couldn't move and stuff. And I thought I'd met this sort of kindred spirit who wanted to have a chat online and not be so lonely and bored, you know. Um, so I thought, yeah, this is great. I really enjoyed it, and I supported her fully as well. And via that, as I got into Eileen's, what happened was they had turned against Nikki 88, our Nikki at the time. I loved Nikki. I've always loved Nikki. Always got on really well with Nikki 88 of vlogs. Um, and so they had turned on Nikki at the time, and Nikki New was meant to be Nikki 88's mate at the time, and they had told Nikki New to block 88. I can't remember exactly what happened, but this was as I was coming in, and Rowena had already been gone, and I felt sorry for Nikki New at the time. I thought this poor girl's been sort of controlled by being intimidated. Do you know what I mean? She'd rather be friends with the group, and so she's doing something that she doesn't really agree with doing because she's trying to be friends with the group, and she's too weak to stand up for what she believes in and stand up for her friend. See you later, Cedric. Thank you for joining me, darling. Thank you ever so much for the gift. um, okay, yeah. So then I thought I'll talk to Nikki now for Nikki 88 because I love Nikki 88. I didn't really say much to Eileen apart from that I didn't think it was right, you know what I mean? But that was sort of where I started to fall out with Eileen. I started getting like the irks with Eileen for a few reasons. And so at that point, I was like, I talked to Nikki now, and that's how we became friends. She ended up unblocking Nikki 88 and making up with her, which caused all sorts of hell to break loose with Eileen then going after Nikki New. At which point I stepped in, Lama stepped in, a lot of us actually stepped up to support Nikki New because obviously she looked like she was getting bullied. We all believed she was getting bullied at the time. And I admit there was times when I said things in anger at Eileen or that group in general. I got angry a few times, and I did sort of say, you know, this is enough's enough. This girl's going to kill herself, blah blah blah. I really thought she was going to kill herself, but if I'd have known how many times a week she uses that, I wouldn't have obviously believed that she was actually going to kill herself. Um, but that was the issue at the time. I believed that she was going to kill herself, so I supported her and tried to protect and defend her. I also then at that point was helping her set up her channel. Apparently, and she admits this, I influenced and inspired her to set up her channel, which I said could be like for those people that have had trouble with Eileen, they could come and chill out at her channel. Meow, Pushki. Save Pushki. Yes. So that was sort of how it all kicked off with Eileen. So really, I never had any actual issues with Eileen. My issues with Eileen were trying to protect New, who was bullshitting all the time. So I wanted to, when I came back, I wanted to drop things with Eileen. I didn't see the point. I don't need to be arguing with Eileen. I don't really care to. Do you know what I mean? I unsubscribed and stay away for good reason. Grab the cat, grab the cat. Save the pussy. Okay. um, there was loads of arguments that went down along the lines, and I don't want to get into too much of all of the stupid little arguments that went on along the way. I think we've all decided that enough's enough, to the past. I'm talking about this now just purely to lay out that this is how this whole situation between me and New started, and how it developed. Because I don't think anyone really knows the truth from my side. Um, so I got to the point where I fell out with Eileen. As I say, I unsubscribed. Now I'd get online every day, and Nikki would be saying to me, "Go and see what they've said about me. I'm gonna kill myself. I'm not fit for this world, and they want me to just get offline and die, and they want me to shut my channel down." And I'd have to sit, bearing in mind I was a very poorly woman at the time, very poorly. Like my lungs were really bad at that point. And I was sitting up all night, every night, talking this girl out of suicide. It was hard work. It was really hard work, and Lama done the same as well. And I know many of you since have done the same. Um, I'm sorry, but it's not something to be used like that. I think it gets used, and I think it's fucked up actually. You know, mental health is a serious issue for many people, and see someone use and abuse the "I'm gonna kill myself" bit so much has been a big learning curve for me. I never quite imagined it would be so bad, but the thing is I care for people naturally, instinctively. I care for people. I can't help myself but be like that. That's why I'm called Mama Cass. I'm naturally a mothering type, and I was fully, fully like believed that she was this weak, delicate soul that needed support and help. Um, Obviously, at the time as well, there was some bits that come out. Eileen called it out, and Simon called it out that Nikki had been asking them for money as well. Hi, Ted. Um, and at the time, I defended her. I actually hid the fact that she had also made aims towards making me feel bad enough for her that I gave her money as well. She wasn't asking me directly, "Will you lend me money?" But she was constantly, from the moment that she started messaging me, she was continuously saying, "I'm starving, hungry. I haven't eaten for 3 weeks. I've lost 3 stone in weight. I'm going to die. I'm freezing cold. I've got no electric. I've got no gas. I'm blah, blah, blah." You know, it was continuous the way that she was. And it's only now that I look back and I think, yeah, it was bad. And it was like I should have seen it. I should have known what she was about. When she started turning on Llama was when I started to think, hang on a minute, this isn't right. Well, no, there was a point. Pushki wants to live with Mama Cat. All cats want to live with me. That's what happens. Even when I don't have any, they end up turning up on my doorstep and never leaving. But Pushki's another subject, and we will probably hit on that later. Um, Thank you, Kirsty. I'm glad that I've helped you out. I try and help everyone out. I'm not a nasty person. This woman has put me across as such a bad person that I'm a bully and all this. Hi, Shares. Lovely to see you, babe. Right, she has put me across as this big bad bully that I've done this, I've done that to hurt her. I'd never done anything to hurt her at all. I was supportive of her. Do you know what I mean? And everybody that was there at the time knows just how much I would look after her. And I looked after her, and I've looked after many people online. That's why I don't really have enemies, because it's my natural way to just be like supportive and kind to people. I don't get a buzz out of fucking people over or hurting people's feelings. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like them. And the amount of comments that are having to be allowed here. Sorry, slurping my coffee. There's my daughter. I'm live, baby. No, love you. This is the thing, is that what annoys me is that I've never ever been a bully. I just am not. I was born, you right, baby. I was born disabled. I've had a birthmark on my face at birth. I I couldn't possibly bully people. It's just not in me to be like that. Even when I've been angry with her, I've told her what I thought, but I didn't never go really ham on her because I knew she wasn't a strong enough person to handle me going really full on. Hiya, Silver. Nice to see you, babe. I don't want to lose track too much because I'll ramble on and on for hours otherwise, and I don't want to do that. But I do need to get it out there. Anyway, so yeah, I hung about on her channel for a couple of months, but it was really quite soon into being on there that I started to see certain things that I couldn't gel with, like her attacking Eileen. Um, Eileen was just as bad. They were just as bad as each other. I think we've all worked that out now. But at the time, it was I was watching her go off on Eileen, and she was starting shit that she didn't need to start, and she was going for personal attacks that didn't need to be gone for. And I know that that was partly why Llama left. Llama had had enough of it all. He really hadn't, and he wasn't being treated right by her. She wanted his help, but then when he gave her his help, she made out as if he was like being some sort of bad person. But it was her that was basically expecting him to do all the work for her. So by the time it got to Llama leaving, I'd already sort of had enough. And at that point was when I've never known why, what happened, but Sophie and GI, Ghost Informer, made a video. Sophie made a video talking angrily about people, and it was obviously about me and Llama. And GI made some videos about us, about me, um, and it got all pretty nasty. And as it turned out, it was pretty much they were behind it. They had been telling them stuff, causing a fallout of such. Do you know what I mean? They had the impression that I was bullying New, or that Llama was bullying New, and I think they know now that that isn't really the truth. But to be honest, that wasn't ever my intention. I don't really want to drag up that past side of it, but that was what started the fallout with me and New. And it wasn't at all that I lost it at her because she didn't stand up for me. I never once expected that woman to stand up for me. She's not strong enough, and I never would expect it. I don't expect any of you to speak up for me. I was really grateful to um, Spooky and Dylan for saying some things recently that have been supportive of me, and I've appreciated that a lot. But I wouldn't expect anyone to step up for me because I don't want anyone to get involved in the drama that can't handle it. You know what I mean? Like I've even said to Kirsty, like, don't get involved, don't do it because I don't want her to get hurt. I don't want her to get dragged into it. So at the time, I actually messaged New privately and said to her that I can't believe how disloyal you've been, basically. I should have seen it from how disloyal she was to Nikki, but of course I didn't. Hi, Maz. Thank you, darling. So yeah, my email went something along the lines of, "I can't believe how disloyal you've been. I didn't expect you to defend me, but to go on there and be all friendly with someone who's clearly ripping me to shreds when I've been your best friend for months, been sat up every night looking after you. That to me was disrespectful. It's disloyal. I wouldn't do that to any of you, and I wouldn't have done it to her either. I don't expect her to speak up for me, but I do expect her not to speak up in the positive for the other person. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I don't think that's bad. It's not. That's not me bullying her. I didn't go and go, "You're a fucking cunt. I fucking hate you," which I could have at the time. I was pissed off. Do you know what I mean? It was well disrespectful to me and very disloyal. So then she pulled the, "I'm going into hospital. I'm in an ambulance. I'm going to hospital." Turned out that was because she couldn't poop, and that, but she put it across that it was mine and Llama's fault that she was going to hospital to people. Hiya, Baz. Um, she made a big deal at the time that we were attacking her while she was going to hospital. So I emailed her again, messengered her. Again, I've got all of these messages to back this up if need be. But I messaged her again saying, like, look, let's forget the fact that we've got an argument at the moment. Your health's the most important thing, blah, blah, blah. Wait until you get out of hospital. Right now, all I care about is that you know, you're all right. And pretty much she was saying things to me like, yeah, yeah. Like I was saying, just let them think that we hate each other. Just let them think we hate each other, and then they'll leave you alone, and it'll be fine, yeah. And then she was saying to me like, yeah, yeah, I love you, Mama Cass. Oh, please come back to the channel, Mama Cass, and all this. And I just kept not going back and not going back. And then it turned out it was basically her that had been messaging these, like sending them messages saying that I was bullying her, that she was going to kill herself over me, blah blah blah. It's like the same repetitive thing over and over again. And at the point, of course, at that point, then of course, Eileen started backing her up and saying, "Oh yeah, Cass is evil. Cass is a bully." And that was how it sort of got out of hand. That I ended up with like the whole community seeming to turn against me and all believing that I loved the drama and loved the hate, and that I was a nasty, spiteful bully. Um, for what it's worth, I'll state it again as I have in the past. I actually hate the hate. I hate the drama, and if you notice, I never brought it on my channel before. I never wanted it on my channel. I shouldn't even have to do this now, and I actually lose subscribers when I do talk about it. And I'm not surprised because my subscribers are here to see my cats and see my plants, not to listen about shit about this stupid woman. So I ended up with Llama being like my only friend, the only person that was sort of backing me up. And of course, there was a few others, Liz and Maureen and that. But everyone literally turned on me because she had them all believing that she was going to kill herself because of me, because I was so big bad bully. So in the end, it was affecting my health, and I kept saying to her, like, we all got flu really bad in January, like just after Christmas it was, and I was like, I can't handle any more of this. Like it was getting too much for me. I kept warning her I need to not be involved in any of this bullshit anymore. It's hurting my health. I needed to look after my family who were all ill, and I knew I was going to get it. And so, no, we never had chat group to hate on her. We just had like a chat group, and it was for your channel, not for her channel. And she made it all about her, of course. I can quite imagine you did, Ted. I mean, everyone had got that impression. That's why I'm doing this now, because I realise so many people have actually listened to them, and I've never spoken against any of it. So no one's ever got to know what I was really like. You know what I mean? Not until they've come and chose to find out for themselves. Pretty much everyone that thinks anything negative about me thinks it based on what New has said, or Eileen maybe. Like, you know, it's pretty much those two that have said negative things about me and backed each other up about it. And anyone else that's got on it has been more about protecting them the same way that I protected her as well. Which is why I've been as forgiving to as many as I can, because I understand that you've all gone on and protected the person that you thought was being bullied. And it's exactly what I did, and it's exactly what I would do for anyone. Thank you, Diana. Llama has been, as I've said before, Llama's been loyal as hell. I couldn't, I couldn't imagine not having Llama as my mate now. You know what I mean? Thank you, Kirsty. Um, and thank you, Shelly, as well. Yeah, and this is the thing. Like Tanya, PJ, Shaz, like Shaz, I actually knew before as well, and Jim, I knew before. I think I knew James before as well from Nikki's channel. Jim, I don't blame you. Like I don't do the whole crying thing, and I think that was the problem. Like because she'd sit there and cry, and everyone would go, "Oh my God, she's like literally hurting her so badly," and I don't sit there and cry back. But obviously, there's been times when I've been really hurt by all this. It was really hard for me at Christmas last year going through that. It was hard for me this year as well, thanks to MD and his wallet. Yeah, I've known you ages, Shaz, and I really enjoyed your company. And then it was like gone because of all of this stuff. But we've got on really well since. And it's nice that we've all like all of the girls now have got to know me better, like just as one on one rather than what everyone said. Like the shit people said. That I can't sit here and go, oh, this is upsetting me. I've got lung disease and I'm facing a limited life. You know what I mean? I've got bigger things to cry about than online drama, and I didn't want to ever respond to it. I didn't want to entertain it on my channel. My daughter's already banging. I didn't. I didn't want my channel to be about that, but in the end, I've had no choice but to finally make some responses because people do just listen to that side of it. There's Neva. Hey, baby. Are you okay? You having contractions yet? Come on, hurry up. We want babies. Yeah, exactly, Tan. I'm not the person. Like, and the thing is, you would be able to see it if I was that person. Do you know what I mean? Like, you'd be able to see it. I'd be horrible to everyone, but I'm not. Look, there's another one. Orbs everywhere. I must be haunted. You're 17-year-old shit poo. Sheepoo. Oh, thank you, Pocahontas. Love you. That's my first ever donation. Thank you, darling. Your sheepoo. Is that like Lazahatsu cross shih tzu, yeah? Just died on my son's 6th. Oh, what a day to die as well. It's sad, isn't it? My cat died on my son's birthday as well at Christmas. She does love the drama and being in the gang, and she'll drop anyone if it means that she's got the bigger group with her, you know? Hi, Daisy. Yeah, I've always got on with most people. That's the thing, I've always got on with everyone, right? Especially within the paranormal. I am a spiritual soul. I really am. Like, I feel like it's fucked up in it that I have to like tell people. I shouldn't have to tell any of you that I'm a decent soul. Do you know what I mean? Like, why should I have to say that to people when I don't act any differently? I'm good to anyone. Yeah, and that's the thing is she's promised over and over again that she'd stop talking about it. I have stopped talking about it on numerous occasions, and she never has. She's never let it lie with me, and I chose not to get involved in the first instance. Then, when it got to the point where I was getting too sick, I said, "That's it, I'm going," and I left. I left all of my channels, all the channels that I loved watching. I I just stopped watching. I stopped interacting with people. Oh, thank you, PJ. Bless you. Love you, love you all lots. That's so sweet. Thank you. Um, yeah, I just I ended up leaving. What was it? It was like January, wasn't it? I left, and that was it. And I stopped producing content. I pretty much stopped interacting at all. I came off. I started watching TV. I was just like, I can't deal with it. I need to focus on my health. Um, and I got this room decorated while I was away, which was good. And then Claire was so right. Then obviously I stayed in touch with Lama and Liz and Maureen a little bit, but not a lot, and Terry for a little while as well. But like we all went pretty quiet on each other. Lama has always been really good and understood my. That's all right. No one feel that you have to donate. That's lovely. Bless you. I left and I just walked away from it all. Like, and I would have been monetized by now. Like, I would have been monetized about a year ago if I'd have carried on making content. Um, it was it was shit being away, but at the same time, it was cathartic. I needed it because it had got so much into my head at that time. Yeah, you know that it was. I had to put my health first, and Lama's always been really good. He knew that I had the health issues. He's always been really supportive, and he wouldn't like tell me stuff. Hi, Liz. Thanks for joining me, darling. He wouldn't tell me stuff that was going on that would upset me because he knew that I'd just get involved and that I didn't need to be involved for my own health. And so I stayed away. And then I heard MD was tearing Eileen apart originally. And I actually came back on to back up Nikki to say, yeah, that all happened. I was there. It was me sat there looking after her every night while she felt like she was going to kill herself over it all. You have baby? No, right, thank you, darling. Yeah, they. What was it I was saying? I wanted to back up Nikki and say, yeah, that all happened because it did. Like, MD was right calling out Eileen at the time that he did. But the things that I saw then go down with Helen and everything was like, what the hell is going on here? Then he starts calling out new about the whole thing with Claire. And then that was when that all came out. And I didn't know anything about any of it. Like Maureen and that has been my friends, but I wasn't speaking to any of them. So I didn't have any clue that she was begging money off people. And at that point, I was like, nah, 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 that's not right. That's wrong. And so then I went in to support MD for what he was going against New for. At which point she came in with capital letters under everything I wrote to MD, giving it, Mama Cass is a liar. She's telling lies about her health. She's not dying. And she's a bully. She bullied me. She made me want to kill myself and all this stuff. At which point, of course, MD starts attacking me. So that was how it all occurred. And that's as simple as it is because there really wasn't ever any real attacks going on from my part towards her. I said a few times what I thought, and it's always been quite tame. Like I do keep it tame. Like, I might say you're a fucking cunt, but I'm not going to say you're an ugly, toothless cunt. You know what I mean? Because I don't go for the personal attacks like that. It's just not my way. I don't mind if someone wants to say I don't like her. I don't get on with her, so I don't like her. Whatever. Call me a bitch, call me a cunt, whatever. But don't sit there and lie about me. Everything she said about me has been an absolute lie. Oh, thank you, Ted. Bless you. That's so sweet of you guys. No, but I just like she literally put it out there that like everything about me was a lie. She knows my health. She met me while I was in hospital. Uh, I I've talked to her while I've been at hospital appointments. I've talked to her while I've been like admitted into hospital. She was sitting there talking to my kids on video chat. So why sit there and tell MD everything was a lie when she knew damn well the truth. Like Eileen can sit there and say all of that because Eileen doesn't know me that well. She didn't know me as well as Nu did, but Nu fucking knew. She knew the truth and she chose to twist it and warp it for MD so as he could attack me. And he did. He went hard on me, as you've all seen. But the thing is if I was going to sit there and be the cunt, oh, Shelly, bless you, thank you, darling. Oh, you're making me embarrassed, all of you. Thank you, Tam. Like, I hate having to even talk about this. Mark definitely gets confused with who he's defending, who against. Yeah, 1 minute he's attacking Nu, next minute he's defending that. Same goes for many others. What a shit exposer. Exactly. If I'd have begged him, Jem, if I'd have gone saying to him, "Oh, Mark, oh, please don't hate me. This isn't true." If I'd told him the whole truth about Nikki Nu, then he would have turned. But I'm not going to sit and do that because that's not my style. I'm not playing that game. When I saw him turning like that, even the way that he was towards Eileen and that was like, wow, it's a little bit much, isn't it? Like he goes hard, doesn't he? I don't think there's any need for that level of extremities. And even if you want to be a troll, like I can take a trolling. You know what I mean? I'm really not bothered by most things what people say. I've got bigger fish to fry, so to speak. But boy, does he go in hard, and he just doesn't give up, does he? It's like rah, 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 rah. Oh, thank you, Fleeca. Oh, I love you guys. That's so sweet. I didn't expect to get anything. Thank you. The address thing was one like right. What she done to Shelley with that address thing was exactly how she's played this all the way through. It's oh, I want something, and I'm gonna use this person to get anything. Yeah, yeah, I will do that, Steph, for you. But as your benefit's not coming yet, babe. It's just ridiculous the way that she plays it. She plays so hard on this victim playing, and people do believe it, and I understand that. I have tried to really understand everyone, like when Shelley was soft on her, when Angela and that lot were all like trying to help her out. I really understood, like I weren't gonna be hard on anyone that was going there. You just, you know, like I don't want to fall out with anyone. I don't want to tell people who they can and can't be friends with and shit. But for me, it was like I didn't want more people to hear her bullshit and actually believe it about me because of course, people are gonna. If I don't ever speak up on it, they're gonna always believe what they've heard, aren't they? And then if I don't speak up, if I do speak up on it, then people say that I'm pursuing the hate and drama, and I don't think I really ever have. I don't want the hate and drama. It's shit. It's crap. It doesn't benefit me at all. But I feel like I've got to stand up for myself. I've got a right to stand up for myself. Yeah. And see, I think she couldn't handle it that Lama had seen through her. And so she done everything she could to damage his reputation. And then she's done everything she could to damage my reputation. Because she'd rather do that than let people believe whatever you're saying, which for the most part, I've only ever said what's been. You have to scavenge like literally at the time that I left, I was like trying to stay friends with everyone, and she was literally putting it to Dorothy and James and that lot, like, how dare you talk to Mama Cass when like, I'd say hello to them in another channel, it would be how dare you talk to Mama Cass. I'd go on to like channels like the Ouija Brothers and that, and I'd be like hounded out of there, and that was why I ended up leaving because it was like I couldn't go anywhere without being harassed and told that I was a bully and people people that I loved and admired and respected were being told on a daily basis that I was this evil bully. It upset me quite a lot. Hiya, Shandy. I was going to call you Sandy then, but nice to see you, darling. Being honest is different from hate and drama, yeah. Yes, he is Steph, innit? He's like not at all what people think, Llama. I'm actually feeling sorry for a troll cat. It is part of the con. Like it worries me now as well. I'm seeing this. She's picked up on the problems with the shorts, so she's managed to get some shorts going. That are taking off, which means she's getting more subscribers, and it worries me. It really does. I genuinely believe that people are going to be conned out of their hard-earned money for it. I admire Llama's integrity. That's what has kept me and Llama good friends throughout all of this. I think he respects my integrity too. As much as Llama can respect anyone, I think he respects me. And I've always respected him. Exactly, and like then Sophie was saying like about the problems with the cat, and yes, I'm sorry, but the cat does look poorly. It does look poorly. It looks just like my cat that had FOE. Really, actually, very sorry to say that because it's never a pleasure to tell anyone that their cat's not well. But that's genuinely an unwell cat, and it's very normal as well. This is just one of those things that happens with cats if you let them out and that. It's one of those things, you know what I mean? It's going to happen. Hiya, Socky. Nice to see you, mate. You like turtles? I like turtles. Now, no one ever heard of the cat. For a whole like year and a half or so, I've known New. I've never ever heard that she had a cat, which is kind of funny, isn't it? The cat's coat is what showed today in that video that was a response. That was really bad because that's exactly what it looks like when they've got that. It's a greasy texture to their coat in it. It's like, and it looks greasy. It doesn't look shiny. It looks greasy. You think she bathed the cat and tried to comb out the matted fur? I can see where there was some patches in that fur that looks like it's been sort of pulled out. She did have a dog too, but her daughters took the dog away because she was feeding it on Apple pencils, the things that she sucks on all the time. From what I know, that's what I've been told anyway, and that's what I believe to have happened. Um, the thing is, this is what Shelly's just said here. She's a shit stirrer. That's all right, Ted. No worries. Is it Liverpool playing? Like you are not a racist, Llama. You've never been prejudiced in any way. That's what I've always admired and respected about you is that you've always held good moral values. Yeah, she's caused like even for Eileen, who seems to be wanting to fight against me for new at the moment, even though I've tried to like have a fresh start with Eileen. Um, she caused so much trouble. There's so many times that people have thought someone was being a horrible person because New has played this victim so well. No, she never spoke about her cats in all that time or her cat. in all that time. Never heard the name before. Hi, Molly. Good night, darling. I just think it's been a constant, like, battering on my reputation. And it's only really recently that I've realised that, like, I thought by ignoring it that I was doing the right thing and that I'd look like the the superior being, that I was good enough to ignore it and not respond online, like on videos and stuff. But she's never stopped with me. She's never stopped, whether I've stopped, whether I've said things in comments, whether I've made videos, whether I haven't even mentioned her at all. She'll always continue with me. And it has damaged my reputation at times because there are people that genuinely, hey Claire, how are you, beautiful? There are people that genuinely, like Claire herself, we've all been through a lot of our own shit. In fact, everyone in here, for fuck's sake, every one of us in here has got their own shit going on in life. We've all had a hard time. Life isn't easy for anyone, is it? And then you've got people like Nikki who will go out of her way to create this drama, this hate, and she wants to be the victim. She wants to play the victim so that other people can go, oh, poor new, poor new. Sorry, Grace. So I'm good, darling. I'm not too bad. I've been flaring a bit this week, so I've been a bit quiet. But no, I never said anything bad to you, Shelly, when I knew you were trying to help her. And there's a lot of people that have tried to help her since I've fallen out with her. And I never held anything against any of them. Like Dorothy and James were part of her crew at the time that I split up from my friendship with her, so to speak. Um, I was gutted to lose Dorothy and James. I really always enjoyed. It's obvious that I enjoy their company. Um, but we couldn't be friends. None of us could be friends. Like literally, none of us were allowed to be friends. Yeah, exactly, PJ. She said to PJ, and I've seen the proof of this. Right when PJ said to her, "I want to tell you what we have said in the past, and that could come out when they were being friends and they were supporting her." She said, "I'm willing to show you what was said." And Nikki sat there and said, "No, I don't want to know. It's fine. I don't want to know. I'm happy that it's all over and done with, and we'll be friends for now." But then, of course, as soon as they're not backing her on everything she says and does, they're then jumping on with, "Oh, well, you're a bad person now because you said and done this." How can you change your mind like that? You either disagree with it or you agree with it. That's how I am. I stick by my morals. I stick by what I believe, no matter who's behind the action. It's like the other day they said, "Oh, I don't agree with Luna being racist, but it's okay for fucking Haley and Kels to be racist, but not Luna because it's someone that's we don't know who it is, which one it is." Hi, Liz. Nice to see you, love. Very glad to have you on board. You had crap last year, did you, Shrimp? PJ saw that, and I saw all SS and said nothing about her brother ever. Yeah, they always make out a lot of that though. Like everything revolves back to her brother or her mother or her daughter. Um, the same as with that. That's what Shaz says. We all got told she wants to move on. She didn't want the pics that Eileen was trying to give her and wasn't interested. And a new beginning. So you can't like just change your mind like that. Like she just changes her mind to whoever's going to have her back the most. Sorry, my cat's hassling me to go out. Let me let him out. I'm so happy for us to be friends, Mama. Look, I've got cat hair all over me because I've been cleaning all day. Um, I'm very grateful you reached out. You're being so supportive. I'll never forget that. It's all right, Dorothy. Love you to pieces, babe. Always did rate you. It was just a shame we couldn't be connected at the same time. that I was quite happy not to be friends with New and just carry on with separate paths, you know. And but she just didn't ever allow that to be the case. Yeah, and Eileen wanted to keep sharing them with her as well. See, Eileen does like the drama as well. Look, there's fucking cat hairs everywhere. It's because I've actually cleaned them all. If you clean them all, it disturbs it. Um, no, he's not an old man. Would you believe, Diana? Not many have seen Llama, but I have. He's a lovely llama. You'd really like him if you got to know him. I'm an equal opportunity offender, but I like to engage. Saw me there. See, when I came back, oh, thank you, Dorothy. When I came back, I tried to like I even spoke to Nikki and tried to keep it night, Kirsty, darling, sweet dreams. Um, I did try and keep it sort of neutral, and I even spoke to her, you know, because I'd been robbed in that during lockdown, and as you know, I lost one of my teeth, um, one of my front teeth, worst thing ever. Um, so I'd spoken to her about it, but then of course she shared those messages, which, by the way, sharing those messages could have put my family at risk. There was a very good reason why I wasn't talking publicly about the robbery, and there still is a very good reason why I didn't want to have to go into it. But she shared those pictures of my conversation with her out on the internet, so that knowing that it would be like, because she wanted people to know that I'd lost my tooth, because she thought people would take the piss out of me like they do her. But obviously, I don't give a fuck. Simply put, like that, if she cries about things, so it's easy to upset her. Do you know what I mean? But I don't get upset easy. It's not like I can't be doing with getting upset over shit. Yeah, you never judge me, Cass. I know that, and things like that. I remember. I love you, Claire. I think you took a lot of shit, um, and you tried as much as any of us to be a good person to her. Say bye to them. Um, Geez, Cass. The thing is with you girls as well, I always knew that you were, uh, excuse me, a laugh a minute. And I certainly never expected any of you to be overly sweet and lovely dovey to me when you were working on the alternate team sort of thing. Um, I know exactly what to expect from you all. No, I would never have responded in the way that New has done. Um, so I think they just love the drama. They love it. They love the, oh my God, like, because I could sit here and cry about everyone saying bad shit about me. And then people who feel bad for it, you know, like I could have cried to MD and said, "Oh no, she's bullying me, she's bullying me," and he probably would have listened at the time anyway. Then when we are using scooters, we all have false or be gummy bears. Yeah, exactly. Just don't bother me. I knew that with having lung disease, that having like what ended up happening was when I went to the dentist to get my front tooth sorted. Um, we discussed it, and it was a better option for me to have all my teeth removed because I was going to end up having to have it done if I ever want a lung transplant. If I ever get the opportunity to go on the lung transplant list, then I would need all my teeth removed before having a transplant. And so it worked out that it was much more sensible for us to do it there and then and get it done. And it should help me get less infections as well. exactly. I think they use all of that. They try and make people look like they're so bad, but in actual fact, all they do is cause more damage. Yeah, that's the thing as well. They do try and damage real life. They come for you in your personal life. They come for people's businesses. Um, they've resorted to giving out people's what they thought was someone's phone number, PJ's phone number, as a sex line. That's low. Imagine if PJ's little kids had picked up the phone and had that shit going on, trying to damage, like going into deep searches on the dark web to try and damage people's lives. Like, what the fuck? Over a bit of fucking YouTube shit? Are you joking me? Like, do these people have no real problems in life? Because I know that I've got too much shit in my life to be dealing with, like the way that they do, where it's constantly like, I'm gonna have nervous breakdown because someone said something shitty about me on the internet. Like, fuck, can I be bothered to be like that? They contacted the charity that PJ done work helped out last year. Like, that's a good thing that PJ done, and they went and done that. What the fuck? Yeah, I think he does need reporting constantly because of what he's doing to Suit at the moment. He's abusing the system to take Suit down, and that's fucked up. I'm going to go on and talk because I don't want to hit on MD too much on this because of the fact that I'm going to download Discord. I don't know if anyone uses Discord on here. Is it better for me to download Discord on my computer and talk through that, or is it better on my phone? Because I've never used Discord before, and I want to make sure that I don't go in there looking at that and not know what to do. But I'm gonna go on to Suits and talk about MD and what happened with him there. Um, Nikki New is currently streaming COVID misinformation. Oh, she's not, is she? So she doesn't ever think about what she says, though. Like, she literally does not think about what she says. Yeah, well, once I get on there, Shelly, I'll be able to use it and I'll work it through it with the kids first, and then they'll tell me what I'm doing wrong. One of the lives got took down today, Shelley. We thought originally that it was going to be Queen because it was from like the live was about Queen, but it was MD that took the live down. I'm going to have to do repetitive treatments hearing it, but what good is it going to do to sit and cry? Exactly, Terry. You know, when you get like real shit going on in life, you can't cry about these things. You know what I mean? Like literally, like the real shit, even real shit. I'll sit and cry. Of course, I've had my cries about being having Lung disease, and I don't know how long I can live for. At the moment, I'm doing really well, and I'm really happy that I've got the time that I've got. And every single day, I'm very grateful that I'm alive and I'm very happy. I'm happy because every day is a day that I didn't know I was going to get. There's been times where I could have died so many times so far that I'm here and I'm grateful for that. I don't really want to. I don't want to sit here and sulk about it like they say that I do. They make out as if I'm like using my health for this shit. Nah, it ain't like that at all. I don't harp on about my health. My health is what it is, and I try and make something positive come out of that. If this channel can at some point help people, and I know for a fact already that it's helped many people with the same diseases as me have come forward and said, I've helped them. Um, that's what it was all about. I just wanted to make a positive out of a very negative thing happening in my life, and and I think I've done that. This channel, I'm proud of it. Proud of the work that I've put in, and I think I've worked fucking hard for it. You know, I'm not just sitting there talking shit about people. I don't like doing this. I make a lot of content that's cost me a lot of money and a lot of time and energy. And they sit there and say, "Oh, all of her channels all about hate and drama." Go, like she even says to people, "Go over and check all her channel out, and you'll see her hating on me." And go on and check my channel out because I haven't been. It is playground arguments, Diana. That's right. It's just not necessary. Like I've tried to ignore it so much, it's just done my nut into at this point. It's got to that point where I'm like, I've got too many bigger things to deal with, but I'm having to deal with this shit constantly because she just won't drop it. And I certainly didn't need that over Christmas with MD, like 5 hours streaming hate at me. My kids, my son went in there and told him, like, do you really think that that's a nice way to talk to a dying woman on Christmas? You know what I mean? And he just went at my son as well. So saying how I'm gonna expose your mum, be prepared, and all this shit. My kids have had to go through enough. Yeah, emptying people purses out. It's wrong. It's really morally wrong. I'm sorry, but fucking hell, I was like I've admitted, right? She sits there and says that I'm a junkie, this and junkie that. I admitted I've had drug problems in the past. I was on speed for a while. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. Don't do drugs, kids. It's bad. Okay. Um, um, just to put that in there. But I've 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 been through all of that shit, and I've come out the other end of it. You know what I mean? I don't think her way of playing things, trying to make people look at like the biggest, baddest possible person in the world. Like, you can't really pull that on me when I'm sitting here telling everyone, yeah, this is me, this is who I am, this is where I've been, this is what I've done. I've got nothing to hide anymore. Do you know what I mean? I was here to tell my story in the first place. The amount of lives and hours spent that she's spent, especially slagging me off, man, Jesus Christ. And like, I don't want to sit and talk about my health, but they have enforced that I've had to sit and talk about my health since I've been back. It's got to the point where I had no choice in the matter. I don't need to talk about my health. I've got no reason to really. Emails popping up. Like, I don't understand what she got out of lying about me the way that she has. Like, she has done everything she can to make me seem like a really bad person when in fact all I ever really done was try and help her. And I got shit with Eileen and that because I tried to help her. I probably would never have argued with Eileen if it hadn't have been for Nikki. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go and get a drink quickly because I think I deserve one. Just mute you a second, guys, and then I'm gonna go away as well. Yeah, back in a second. Nearly open. Nearly knocked it straight over the face, all over the computer. That had been good, wouldn't it? That's why I've been a bit away, absent the last couple of days. Yeah, it is a whiskey. Now that I've sort of gone over the basics of the subject, I'll have a drink, but I didn't want to have a drink before because I didn't want to get emotional. So, cheers. Yeah, Claire, you know I support you fully, mate. I watch everything you put out. Even if I don't comment, I watch it. Ah, cheers, Liz. One day we'll all have to get together. Have to meet somewhere in the middle of us, or except for maybe Terry. I don't think Terry's going to reach out all this way. Maybe you'll come to England one day, Terry. If you do, you've got a place to stay with me, babe. Cheers, guys. You love my cat videos, do you, Shrimp? I do love my cats. They're so beautiful. I have got some beautiful cats, and they're amazing. Where are they? I'll show you. There's some around here. There's Hennessy and Sunny. That's mother and daughter. Um, there's one hidden in the basket over there, but you won't be able to see. Leaves in the kitchen eating. She's always eating at the moment. She's constantly on food. She's one hungry mummy. See, as soon as I start drinking Coke, I burp. I never drink cold drinks or fizzy drinks, except for with whiskey. The videos with filters. I found a whole new range of filters as well. So you've got a whole. I've got about 30 videos that are ready to come out. Cass isn't even dilated yet, but she's sitting right in front of me. She's just come in. She is huge. Literally, she's going to explode soon. A misfit party would be so quality, wouldn't it? Yeah, Cleopatra. I love Cleopatra. Gonna get my leather stuff on. Oh, yeah. Go for it, babe. I'll be watching. I feel I feel a bit purged, like I've purged myself. I needed to do that, you know. It's been the last couple of times. Like I kept shut. I kept my mouth shut, didn't I? For what 3, 4 live streams, I didn't mention her at all, and she just kept on and on and on, and I was like, I've got to fucking let this shit out soon, because and it's the other people like Scott Hequibis, whatever. He doesn't know me really at all, and it upsets me when I see people like that who have got this real preconceived conception of who I am based on what she said about me, and it's like you haven't even got to know me, love. Hang on, my daughter. Sorry about that, my daughter. Can you see me? My daughter texted me. She said, "Can you be quiet because I've got to get some sleep tonight." First almost ever sweep would be good fun, wouldn't it? I don't either, Vicar. I don't get it. Like, why do people listen? Like, it seems so obvious when you're from like this viewpoint, my viewpoint, looking in. It seems so obvious that she's bullshitting, but like, obviously, to people that don't know me, they must think I'm some terrible person. But really, it doesn't. It doesn't excuse it, because it doesn't take 10 minutes sitting on my channel having a look through my older videos to work out exactly who I am as a person. There's a reason why I'm called Mama Cass, and it's because I look after everyone. She did. The minute that I said to MD what New had done to me, she jumped on underneath in big capital letters, and I have got the screenshots in big capital letters saying, Mama Cass is just like Claire, lying about her health to get attention and sympathy. Now, I'm sorry, but who's lying about their health to get attention and sympathy? I'm the one that shows the proof. I'm the one that's fucking been live from hospital. Do you know what I mean? I've literally shown myself not being able to breathe. You can't calm the oxygen reader. You can't calm that. You can't make that happen. Like any way, make that happen. Do you know what I mean? If the things that I've been through with my health, I've tried to put out there, and I've not tried to make it a big deal about giving me sympathy. It's about trying to give other people information about my health. I don't need any sympathy. Do you know what I mean? I've got my kids and I've got my cats. That's all I need. That's all the love that I require in life. I'm not online looking for love like Nikki and that. I don't need friendships and that. I love the friends that I found, but I don't need it, you know. I came here because I wanted to, one, tell my story, and I thought I didn't have time to write a book. And two, I wanted to share my crafts that are my love, my joy. Is something that gets me through the bad times. And I wanted to share my cats because I love my cats. And who doesn't love cats? That's it. I mean, I don't like. It's not been easy being going through what I've gone through, and you know when this shit kicks off, like since the last stream, I've been flaring up, and I've been struggling with my breathing again. It's because of stress, and that shouldn't be occurring. She says I talk about my health on every live, and the girls are fed up listening to you. Yeah, I know. Like I didn't even need to talk about my health recently. I haven't needed to. Um, there's also a lot of stuff that I have had happen this year that I haven't updated anyone on because of what New done. I feel like I can't talk about my health because it would be playing into their hands. But it means that the people that watch me because they want to know about my health and they live with the same conditions as me, they don't get the updates. They don't get to know what's going on with my health. You know they will as well. I didn't expect any donations. That's ever so kind of everyone. Yeah, exactly. Claire, right, you know I had birthmark on my face, right? What you say about being, you don't need to do that for attention, right? The reason why I do all my hair coloured and stuff like that, and I wear freaky clothes, like I wear different styles to a lot of people, that I won't just have my nails painted one colour, it's got to be something different, right? Well, I had a birthmark on my face as a kid here. That's why this side of my face droops slightly. Um, and I had it removed from 12 to 16 because it had cancer cells in it, yeah. And it, like, when I lost my birth, like, I'd obviously always sort of looked at my face, and I used to look in the mirror as a little girl and be like, why do people hate me? Why do I have to have my birthmark? And I used to sit there and go like this. Like, what would it look like if I didn't have a birthmark? You know what I mean? I was really, I struggled as a kid because of it. And then I didn't have my birthmark anymore once it was gone. Thank you. So I went a bit zany with it, and it was like, when the kids were younger, and I was a bit tapped in the head at one point. I've got postnatal antenatal depression, and it sort of roller coasted a bit, and I ended up shaving all my hair off before Brittany did it. And that's the sort of thing that I do. I sort of like, well, if you're not looking at me, I'm going to give you a reason to look at me. I'm so used to people staring at me all my life, but when I didn't have my birthmark anymore, it was like, why ain't you looking at me? Right, now you will. I'll start acting crazy. I used to dance down the street and stuff, and I do all sorts of funny things when I was a bit mad. Yeah, stress is a killer, mate. I fully believe that that's the burden of autoimmune disease is the stress. Yeah, that's right. Much they don't like it when we say that they might have brought them, eh? She said so many things about me that I can't even. When I was trying to write a list, I couldn't. I didn't even get halfway through the list because I had other stuff I had to do as well. And I'm like, I can't remember. Yeah, I had. It was pretty bad with my birthmark. My son has a birthmark on the back of his neck, and it covers most of his back of his neck. And he had like the first surgery to have his removed, yeah, because obviously with it being on the spinal column, I was really concerned that he was going to get cancerous cells, and I was like, I want it removed before it gets to that point. And he had the first surgery, and it all went wrong. It got a major infection in it, burst open, and the whole back of his neck was all open wound. It was 6 months it took him to heal. Bless his heart, he went through hell with it. But yeah, birthmarks can be tricky, very tricky. When I used to catch my birthmark, that was how I should have known that it was cancerous. Was that it used to bleed all the time? I'd like scratch it and it'd bleed. But I didn't know. I was just a kid. You know what I mean? I was only 12 when I found out. Like, I didn't even understand that I had cancer. It wasn't like that. They just cut it out and it was over and done with. It wasn't. I didn't understand the concept of cancer at that point, which is probably a good thing because it didn't really upset me that much. Apart from having surgery, do you know what it's like being 12 years old and having them cut your face open while you're awake? Like they literally cut my face open with every surgery and pulled my face open in front of me and sliced bits off. Like, but it toughened me up, ready for everything else I've been through. That's right, Claire. Look within, like who someone is, who you are in your soul is so much more important than who you look like. What I look like now. Look at how different I looked to 2 years ago, and look at how different I looked 2 years ago to like 5 years before that. But I've always been the same person. My soul stays the same. Thank you, Fika. So are you. And so is Terry. And so are all of you. You're all brave. You've all got your own stories. I know not all of you talk as openly about it as I do, but you're all amazing people. Life's hard, isn't it? But like it's how you learn to deal with shit. Like I can't help but feel with New, like she plays this game that she's such a bad victim. But yeah, I've been through a lot of those things that New's been through. That's why we became friends because we had such a lot in common. Now I wonder, was it in common or was she just copying me or what? You know what I mean? Exactly. Well, looks are always lost. Look at what happened to me. You know, I was 35 when I became disabled overnight, and within 4 months I doubled in body weight. I went from looking like an 18-year-old to looking like a fucking 60-year-old. Like people literally like Moo and Eileen still like to refer to me as an old woman, even though I'm 43. Yeah, you're a fuck it kind of girl. Me too, Flicker. I think you've got to be though, ain't you? If you've got a hard time, you've got to have a fuck it attitude to everything. It toughens you up. Every struggle that you go through makes you a stronger person. Well, it does in my book. That's what I feel, and that's what I've seen. I see people like Shaz and Flicker. They've struggled through things. Liz the same. Well, all of you, all of you have got a story to be told, haven't you? We all go up and down in life. Life is one hell of a roller coaster ride, and if you can get through it with a smile on your face, that's a good thing. And that's what I highly recommend. Professional victim, that is perfect. job title. Like, if you think about how much money she got out of YouTube this year, like whenever it was, yeah, like that's a profession, that's a career, mate. Fucking, that's a lot of money. What it was like in about 2 months, 3 months, earning £2,000 out of people extra on top of everything else she gets for free. Phoenix, do not scratch my sofa, please. Did you hear him answer me then? Thank you, Liz. PJ, your people skills are the best I know. I love PJ's people skills. She makes me laugh. No mirror is needed. Look within, get your soul right. It will shine through. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, I knew I had to work on my people skills to get through life because I was born looking weird. Like, literally, I mean, as a kid, people used to stare. Like, it wasn't just the kids either; it was the parents as well. Like, they'd like go, "Ooh, what's that on your face?" and stuff like that. People can be really cruel, can't they? Like my son, who's got a birthmark on his neck, he's got a really popular character. Like, he's got a really outgoing, bubbly nature, and I think you have to have that a bit to be able to overcome looking different. Yeah, there is so many people asking for money on YouTube. I'd never ask anyone for money. Like, I don't even, I can't, I feel so embarrassed when I ask my mum to borrow 20 quid for the week, you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't ask anyone like that. I don't know how anyone could. Like, and I have been desperate. I have been, like, just recently, I've been so desperate. Like, my money situation has been terrible. And I would still not sit here and go, "Oh, I'm in trouble. I've got no money. I'm cold. I'm hungry." Never do it. I'd never do it. I'd ask my mum if if I was absolutely desperate. I'd say, "Mum, please lend me a 20 quid here," or like my son would lend me 20 quid if I needed it. But like, even then, I don't like asking at all. Yeah, that's right. My mum says I'm like, "Mum, like, you either love me or you hate me. Yeah, there is no in between." Yeah. Liz is lovely. She come at me life. There are laws about it as well. I'm just reading up. Sorry, there's bits that I missed. I don't like Marmite. Your birthmark is on your bum cheek. It's only seen if I'm being taken doggy style. I like it. Yeah, Marmite's disgusting. My ex used to get my boys to eat it and then go and tell them to come and kiss me. And I'd be like, Marmite. He'd be like, "Go and kiss your mum." Like, he'd literally come at me all covered in Marmite and everything. I'd be like, "Get away from me." You've been reading up on getting money by deception. Your body is just the vessel, your soul is your beauty. That's right, Diane. PJ has a don't give a shit attitude. It's the best one. You just got to be a bit more like that, innit? If you give a shit too much, you end up struggling in life because you're giving a shit about things that don't matter. You know, I see people all the time that are like arguing with their partners over fucking pathetic reasons and arguing with their kids because they haven't done the washing up and stuff like that. And I'm like, I can't be bothered with that stuff. I just want everyone to be happy. I enjoy life and I want people to enjoy life. I don't want people to sit and get upset. It's just, that's just me. You have two birthmarks, PJ, do you? Two of my sons have two birthmarks as well. How many people has she thrown it in the face of, eh? One side of my arse cheek and one under my chin. Hmm? Two of my sons have got a birthmark in the same place behind one that is, and then both of them got one on their back as well. And it's in the same place as where my brother has one as well. It's very strange. You've got a red splodge, have you, Vicar? Raspberry. Is it raspberry or strawberry in it? Strawberry birthmark. That's what they say, isn't it? Birthmarks are a sign of how you died in a past life. Like I say, like 'cause my birthmark was a chocolate coloured teardrop shape underneath my eye, which is pretty poetic in it. But I wish that I'd have understood how poetic it was as a kid because I really hated it. I really I hated myself because of it, and I really thought that I was unlovable, and that it was hard growing up like it, and hard getting through teenage years with a scarred face as well, because obviously it took 4 years to have the surgeries from 12 to 16. It's like a girl's most important time to look pretty, and I had a big scar over my face, and the scar burst open every time as well. Every surgery except the last one burst open. So Terry Jeebus, my typing is atrocious. Don't kick me out. Yeah, having a birthmark on the face is yeah, it's something that it's really hard to come to terms with. I know you've got a mole as well, haven't you? Which is a beauty spot in its own way, isn't it? Poor Maureen gave Ted, she ain't no money. If she had, I would have sued her for defamation. Poor Maureen gave so much and still got asked for more. The law about getting money but asking and giving dishonest reasons is against the law. I know, yeah, it is. It really is against the law. It's money by deception. Sorry, Grace. Little Bod's got a paw print. Oh, that's so cute though. Love bites on the tip can be passed off as birthmarks. Had half her face. Yeah, there was a girl I met that had half her face, and there's also a boy that I got to know in later life. Like, as I was starting surgeries, I got to know him, and he's got birthmarks all over most of his body. It's called CMN, which actually technically any birthmark size the size of a 50p piece or above is technically CMN, which can be like it's a complicated mess of condition, a condition that can cause like you're more likely to get the cancers and that. Yeah, she claimed only weeks ago she paid all back. She still owes you 210. Maureen's been taking some time out and watching some TV. Bless her heart. Pretty upsetting. Do you know I used to wear coloured glasses as well, Diana, when I was at school. The reason I'm short sighted is because when I was in hospital as a kid, they gave me a medication and it made my pupils go large and they took in too much sunlight. It damaged my eyesight. Did Scott actually give her money to settle that debt? Agreed, Shelly. She should be paying back what she owes first. But yeah, when I went to school with coloured glasses on, they used to take the piss out of me as well. Yeah, I think she's going to continue asking people for money. I think that's why she wants more subs from the cat videos, you know. What she doesn't realise is that cat lovers are going to pick up on that cat. And anyone that loves cats will see the same as Sophie see. James. That's so cool. That's interesting, isn't it? Heck with this. He's MD's biggest sponsor. He's always donating like hundreds of pounds. And he sort of had a go at me a couple of times trying to support Nikki and that. I don't know why. Obviously he hasn't bothered checking out who I am. She asked me for money after promising me weeks before that she'd changed. She told me to keep it to myself. That's just awful, isn't it? Hi Jim, lovely to see you. James and Dottie got her a Pandora bracelet on her birthday. She is alive. Exposure logging. Oh, it's a COVID thing, isn't it? Sorry, COVID alert came up on my phone. Why they all doing? Isn't it funny, Ted, though, because they went there and sat there, like they put it across that I've bought my subs and that I've got from the cat videos, yeah. To sit there and be willing to copy it because they know that I got those subs legitimately from it, otherwise they wouldn't be copying it, would they? Right? To sit there and knowingly call me out that I've bought my subs and views and then copy me because they wanted them themselves. But what they do to me is okay. At least what I say is the truth. Like I sat there when Eileen got those subs. I sat there and said, no, she didn't buy them. I know she didn't buy them. I backed her up, and she still has attacked me for it. I think Eileen just wants to get in on the drama with me because I think she thinks it will benefit her. It doesn't, Eileen. This drama does not benefit you at all. I came back and I thought that you were actually making a difference to your channel, and that was why I resubbed to you. And then I've had to unsubscribe to you because it's obvious that you do still want to take part in the drama. Copycat, 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 copying cat. Scott was prepared to pay off all her debts, was he? I'm going to drop a cat in a box to the teacup. I've got him on mute just so as you guys can't hear the background sound, but I don't want him to copyright attack me. Why would you give that amount of cash? He reckons that he's just rich. He reckons he's rich and he's got a right to share money. I've got to read the message. Hang on. Sorry, guys. You've got a strawberry one on your back, Diana. Sorry about that. I can't believe I covered up for her at the time. Like, I hadn't really clicked that because I was really seeing her as innocent for the time I was friends with her. I hadn't clicked that she was heading towards trying to get money from me as well. And when everyone started calling her out for it, I felt sorry for her. But where it ultimately comes down to is that I wouldn't ask anyone for money online like that, even if I was that desperate, even if I was hungry, I wouldn't. I have been hungry. I haven't sat here and told people I'm hungry. Please pay my bills for me. Fuck. My kids' dads won't pay my bills for me or put food on their table. Why would fucking strangers off the internet want to do it? I don't get it. Like, I can't even imagine asking people. Definitely wasn't one there. The TV for the kitchen. No, that wasn't for the kitchen. It was from the one that she sold. Was the one that she bought, wasn't it? Maverick sending her money to buy a plane ticket. Would I? Fuck, I'd buy it. My end is. Yeah, I didn't. Well, I think Maverick's a bit easy to be. I did show proof on one of my videos about New lying about the TV, didn't I? I think it's called "Who's the Liar?" Nikki knew. I might add a card into this video so people can click on that. Who is the liar? Nikki knew. I'll try and add it in at about this time. What time is it? Are we on? What time are we on? We're 2 hours in. I'm going to get off soon because my daughter's getting tired. But when I get off, I will add a card into this. Who is the liar? Nikki knew. So as you can all have a little look. Or do you want me to do some colouring? I can sit and do some quiet colouring, maybe, without Grace freaking out. My hands are really hurting. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm rubbing my hands a lot, and it's because I'm in quite a lot of pain at the moment. I'm struggling a bit. So yes, I am talking about my health. Sorry, it is what it is. Mate. It hurts. I feel like my wrist is breaking. Does that sound a bit over dramatic? Because it actually does feel like my wrist is breaking, and I'm only wiggling my fingers. No, me and quiet don't go together. I know, my poor daughter. Imagine having a condition where you can hear sounds amplified and hate them, and then you've got a mother like me who's allowed gobby Essex girl. The poor cow. The shit I put her through. Yeah, I can do that. I can just sit and do some colouring and it'll keep me a bit quieter. It does, doesn't it? It feels like your bones are breaking, like right there. You can look at them, and it's just like I used to sit here and just look at my hands, like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing this to me?" But luckily, it's my left hand that's hurting the most at the moment. But I haven't had carpal tunnel surgery in my left. I had it done in this one, so the left hand has more issues now, whereas it used to be my right hand. I was only going to have one drink, but I might pour another one. I am concerned for what's the lady's name? The trans lady, Jessica. Sorry, Jessica, for forgetting your name. I am concerned about if I heard that she was going to go and travel to spend time with me, and that does worry me. I think that's quite dangerous. I'm going to be quiet now. You're right. You need to pull the wire. I won't be on too much longer, babe. All right. Oh, Tika stopped his live. Claire, did you share a bed with me? There's no TV in there. Funny. Yeah, that was Gracie picking up the Hoover. You really tried to take your own life for it, or you should have spoke to me, Claire. I would have been there for you, darling. The thing is, I know that you were trying to help her as well. And, you know, I don't care about any, like, when she was trying to slag you off to me, I kept saying, I don't care about any of this. Even if you're right about everything you say about Claire, that girl helped you, and you have done this to her because she called you out on something, which is exactly what she done to me. Mercia Island is in Mersey Island, yeah. It is. I come. You know, I was born on, not born on, but I lived on Canvey Island when I was born, which is in Essex as well. It's not a very good place to live anymore, but my mum had a market stall there. Like, it's just shocking to think how many people have suffered because of this. I'm going to mute you a second and go and get another drink, guys. Hiya. Sorry, guys, I had to get a drink and go away. I mean, Rowena was another one that was involved with it all. Like, she got quite a lot of bullying as well, didn't she? And it was like they used and controlled her somewhat because of knowing that she was needing support a bit more. Sorry about that, guys. Went off. I was just talking to my boy as well. But yeah, well, can you not scratch my 38? Thank you. Thank you, girls and boys. Um, One thing I'll say is if I'd played the victim like you did, like say, just for example, about the teeth thing, yeah, something we've got in common, right? Now, when Eileen, I think it was originally, and Eileen's trolls originally said about news gummy teeth, um, and she cried about it a lot. And I felt really bad for her because I can understand it wasn't something I ever wanted to have that happen, but it was something that just did have to happen. And so I dealt with it. But then when people started saying, when I came back and Ali started saying about my teeth and dentures and stuff, I didn't respond. And I just thought, well, I expected that. I knew that was coming. You know what I mean? Um, the way you respond makes the difference in all this drama, doesn't it? Like, I want to say to Rose, if Rose is watching, I don't know if she is. I have told Rose that she's welcome here. Um, don't respond, Rose. For God's sake, don't. Don't feel suicidal over people online. It's not worth it. To any of you who feel bullied in all of this, don't. Just don't. Don't take it that way. Don't let it affect you that way because they are people behind a screen. They are words on a screen. And if you really, really want to not pay attention, don't pay attention. Just block it out. Block the people. Don't go and watch. I used to say it to Nikki New last year, over a year ago. Don't go and fucking watch her. If you don't want to see what Eileen's got to say about you, don't go over there and watch her, and then you wouldn't be fucking throwing a hissy fit about it, crying to me that you're going to kill yourself over it, and then I wouldn't have to go and defend you. You know what I mean? I don't expect anyone to defend me because of that. I don't sit here and defend myself because I can't be bothered. It's not worth it. Most of the time, people say shit about me, and I'm like, whatever. But I don't appreciate the bullshit. Yeah, you can call me a cunt all you like. If you don't like me, you don't like me. I don't care. It's fine. Whatever. Get on with it. Move on. Go away. But just don't fuck with me. Don't bullshit about me. You don't need to bullshit about me. There's enough in my life that you could sit there and tell that fucking would upset me anyway. Like, I don't want to be this big bad person that I'm not when I've done enough wrong in life. Do you know what I mean? I've paid my dues. I've paid for the shit I've done in life. Night, Claire, darling. It's lovely to see you. Is that right? Was it Claire that going, yeah, enjoy your soap, Claire? I'll have to send you some bath bombs one day. When I do the competition, enter it. Make sure everyone enters the competition. Yeah, I can understand anyone that feels bullied. Just don't. Like, the only thing you can do is take control yourself and not let it affect you. If you show them that it affects you, they're going to keep hurting you with it. Like, Nu has never stopped with me because she knows that people feel sorry for her. So feel sorry for her, that's fine, but pretty much everyone ends up coming over to me in the end anyway because they find out that she's not so genuine after all. Yeah, Tanya, you went through a lot with it, but shit, some of the shit I've seen. Oh, you got your license? Oh, lovely. Um, some of the shit I've seen's been really hardcore, and I will like I've dealt with it being on my case quite well, but I can understand why other people have got upset because it has been a bit much. Yeah, Luna went after Flickr as well, calling her a cripple and said something about the fucking wheelchair and that, innit? Fucking sick, really, innit? Like some of the shit that they come out with, like the saying things to my kids or about me dying and stuff. It's like I'll brush it off and I'll brush it off, but it's sick. It's sick. It says so much more about them than it says about me, you know. If people genuinely think it's funny that I'm 43 years old and I might die, like I could die the next time I catch flu. That's the truth, and it's not something to joke about. It's not fucking funny. It's not funny for my kids. And when someone's trying to troll to my kids, when she's gonna die and shit, that I would never go there with New. And New's given me plenty of reason to fucking dislike her. Yeah, I would never go there. When I saw Eileen being attacked about her mum's grave and that, I felt bad for her because I would never go there. The sad thing in all of this is everyone came on YouTube as a form of escapism from poop in real life, and in some cases, it's sadly ruined people's lives, and I find that heartbreaking. I could not agree with you more, Nelly. That is the bit that upsets me, is that I'm not here. I don't want this. I really don't. Hate that I even have to discuss it here, you know? I never wanted any of this. I hate drama, hate. Like, it's negative, it's not good, it's not healthy. And I've said this all along, it is not healthy to be putting yourself in so much hate and anger and constant negativity. And it worries me. It worries me that there's people out there that are a lot weaker a person than I am dealing with this shit. But some of the stuff with MD, I can really understand how badly it's affected people. And that's why I'm going to go on and talk about it too, Sue, because I think I wanted to ignore MD. That was how I chose to deal with MD, was I'm just going to ignore it because you can't really respond to someone that wants to go that hard. Yeah, Claire, it is from them, unfortunately. They've got so many troll accounts going on. Nikki herself is known and has been proven enough times that she's got many troll accounts. She was trolling Eileen while I was backing her up and supporting her against Eileen. I didn't know. She was there trolling her on accounts with her dead baby's name. Like, what the fuck? Sorry, but that is sick. That's twisted, yeah. But she went there fucking trolling Eileen all the time. He would, Ted, but you know what? I've got three grown sons. I'd like to see him try. Like, I'm a fighter as well. Like, I had three grown boys come into this house and try and mug me up at the beginning of the lockdown, and I fought the cunts off, and I'm disabled, mate, and I was on the floor kicking the cunts, and I don't give a fuck. They had knives at my throat, and I was kicking the shit out of them. And I will fight to the death, mate. I'm not one to be intimidated by a man that thinks he's hard. I've not just got three grandsons, I've got all of their mates as well that spend a lot of time around me. They fucking love me. You know, that's why I'm Mama Cass, because they all love me. They'd all like put themselves on the line for me a million times over my son's friends. Totally. And that's not me being big or boasting or anything. I'm not, but like, if anyone turns up at my doorstep, I'd like to see them try. I won't show you what's under the desk, you know what I mean? She told Mav to hang himself. She, like, to have been with that bloke, right? Obviously being all lovey dovey with him while she was with him, and then to sit there when he fucking dropped her in it the things that she said about him then, not just about hanging himself, right? But the things that she said about him at that point were fucking sick, mate. If you thought any of those things about him, why the fuck did you go near him? Sorry. Sorry, Ted. You're all right, though. I like you. I like most people. I don't like fighting. I'm not. I do like fighting, actually. I'm a bit of a scrapper. Like with blokes, not really with women. But I'm a bit feisty. I used to be before I got sick. But I'm also single. Thank you, Silver. Uh, I'm single for a reason for 13 years. Like I don't get in relationships because I don't handle it well, and I can be a cunt. Like, if I lose my temper, I'm not fun to be around, and I only lose my temper when I'm in a relationship, really. So I don't do it. You should see Sophie's recent stuff, Flickr. It's actually been quite interesting. You'd be interested in seeing it. But that is just me. Like it's just the way I've had to live my life. Where I live is pretty rough. Um, I've not been a good girl. I've been open about this shit. I've not been a good girl all my life. I was very big into wrestling. I've lived in violent relationships for a long time, and I learned how to fight. It just is what it is. I learned how to give it. Lansoprazole is mental health drug, isn't it? It knocks you sideways, I believe. But I don't. I'm not really like the sort of person that would start a fight. Never ever start a fight. But if you bring it to me, it's different, isn't it? Come on, good boy. Come on, baby. It's an acid suppression. Oh, excuse me. Look at all the cat hair all over me. Look, I can see it on the camera. It's because I was cleaning today. I was literally like climbing on everything. Cleaning. Chickens. PJ. Oh, was you talking about the drugs you're on, PJ? Ah, lansoprazole. That's like a metrazole, isn't it? Yeah. I used to be on a metrazole years ago. Am I dying? Shut the door, cat's coming in the window. It's about fucking night now. When you used to drink, you was a man hater, Tan. Yeah. The thing is, I'm not a man hater, right? All my best friends, my wrist feels like it's broken. Hang on, my daughter. Sorry, my daughter. Moaning. I'm gonna have to get off in a minute. All I do is belch and reggae. There's another one out there. Yeah. I think drink affects different people in different ways. Remember, only one kitten to keep. Yeah. I don't know about that. I don't know how many there's going to be. Baby. Hey, baby. Yeah, handsome. You hear them talking to me. It's so cute. See, like, I don't really, drink doesn't really negatively impact me, but I know a lot of people that it does. a lot of people that it does. I'm gonna have to get off in a minute because my daughter's having a see, like, I think if you hadn't if if you've lost someone through suicide, you just wouldn't even joke about it, would you? Like, just don't do it. Like, I don't want to get into that too much because it's a trigger subject and it isn't nice. But you know, some of the stuff that I just well, no, I wouldn't, Liz. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't say lots of things, like even the things that she said that I've said about her or to her, and Eileen for that matter. I really ain't. Like, if I've ever said anything, it's been, this is what I think. I think you're wrong for talking like this or saying that. I've never really said anything like a personal attack on anyone. Like, yes, I doubt news is telling the truth about a lot of things. And she might not like me saying so, but it's what I really believe. Sorry, but it is. I've seen enough of her uh, con job to realise that she's not all she cracks herself up to be, is she? I've got to go and see what was embarrassing. Reggae for a song, for fuck's sake. So, right, MD sort of made it clear or tried to make it seem that the trolls that appeared last time weren't from him because he was busy getting his live stream set up, right? Which kind of leaves New and Eileen and associates. I don't know about you guys, but who do you think came into my last stream as troll accounts asking about if I was going to die soon and that I should eat glass and that Nikki and Steph rape babies? Some fucked up people out there, isn't there? But like, it can only be a very limited amount of people, considering that I get on well with everyone. Like, I've always made efforts to get on with everyone and never really give anyone reason to hate me. The only reason anyone's had to hate me has been based on news bullshit. Are you in season, my baby girl? She's rolling around on the floor like she's having sex with it. Cannon flicker and that. You lot fucking crack me up on a daily. I'm so glad to have got to know you. You actually make my day complete every day. Some of the things that you lot come out with is hilarious. I don't want to believe that Eileen would. Both my male cats are rolling around. Does that mean they're horny? Possibly. But it's the girls that roll around and call, and they make calling noises when they're horny. I really don't believe, like, I want to believe in the best in Eileen. I don't know why. Even when she's been really going hard for me the last couple of weeks, and it's been like, what are you even doing? I'm trying to be neutral with Eileen. You know what I mean? And I understand as well. I feel bad for Eileen. It's obvious that she's scared of MD. Sorry, but it is. It's so obvious. I almost want to go and support her because I want her to know that she doesn't have to back that shit to be okay. You know what I mean? Yeah, cats will hump anything, mate. Cats are bad. I had a rabbit once that got killed by cats fucking it. It wasn't my cat that fucked it, but it happened. It was bad. It was not good. I probably shouldn't be mentioned that, should I? Yeah, it got out and it got humped by cats. And I don't know if you know, but boy cats, have barbs on their penises. Good night, Ted. Cats have barbs on their penises, so when they enter into the girl, they let out the barbs and it holds them in tight while they release their semen and make babies. It probably wasn't very pleasant for my rabbit. It was actually the worst thing ever because I had to tell the kids. This was years and years ago. Yeah, it was about 12 years ago. I had to tell the kids when they got home from their dads that the cat had died. And the poor thing, its look on its face was like this. It was like the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. I felt so fucking mortified. Because the neighbourhood cats just didn't give a fuck, mate. They were like, rabbit, I'll have it. Oh, God, yeah. Hennessy is always making the boys shagger, right? The boys are being neutered, yeah? And Hennessy's always making them shagger. She's like, you will fuck me. I don't care if you've got nothing. Yes, oh my God, no freaking humping each other. That's hilarious. Oh my days. Listen, Silver, I like a prick, but damn. Everything would rip her out. I'm proud to have two gay cats, yeah. Pride for the, the gay cat. I wonder what sexuality that would be called. Pussy power. Stud cat stud. But that's the thing. The rabbit was a boy as well. It wasn't even a girl. I felt so bad, but it actually happened. Oh my God. I shouldn't even be discussing this. I don't really keep discussing it. When will I be live again? Hopefully within the next sort of day or two. I'm going to try and fit in a couple over the weekend. Diana, if you ever need to talk, darling, you can always hit me up on Facebook. You can find me there, darling. Oh, suicide. Was they suicide? Oh, yeah, no, it's best not. We don't talk about that. It's better. But if you ever need to talk, Diana, I'm always here for you. PJ, I got a stud cat. He was gay. He wouldn't go near the girls. I paid over $1,000 for that ragdoll male too. Yeah, I tell you what, cats can be funny. They really can. James, oh my God. Yeah, we're always here for you, Diana. And you're right, it's not a nice subject at all. Cats have barbs on their willies. Yes, they do. They do. It's pretty gross. That's why a girl. I don't know if you ever heard cats
making that baby sort of screaming noise. That is the females screaming. They call to the boys to come and do it, and then cry out because it hurts. It's horrible. Like they don't just mate, they get really brutal. Ducks have corkscrew shaped ones. Really? Yeah. Um, Hennessy always lashes out. I've got to get off. I can see my daughter's messaging me. I'm going to get off, guys, because it has been, what is it, 2.5 hours. It's been really good to talk. I needed to let some of that out, and I hope that anyone that's formed an opinion on me based on something other people have said that will take a look and get to work me out for themselves, because I'm not any of the things that have been said about me. If I was, you'd know I was, because I'd be treating you like I'm supposed to be treated. You know, if anyone ever needs any support or love, please do hit me up, because I genuinely am there for anyone. And thank you for joining me tonight, guys, and thank you for the support over the last couple of months. I know it's been bad, it's been shit, and I'm sorry to anyone that's been upset by what's gone on. Much love to you all. Breathe easy, folks. I'll see you again soon, yeah? Bye.